Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rides. I'm here at Dick Norris Buick GMC because guess what? We have another GMC truck for you. Of course, this is a 2020 GMC Canyon, but it's not like any other Canyon that we featured here on Rady's Rides from Dick Norris. This is the Denali edition. So let's talk a little bit about what does that mean, Denali. Denali is associated with basically the top level of trim for any of the GMC products, whether it's a Yukon, whether it's a Sierra, and now on the Canyon. It really is a truck that has a little bit extra glitz and glam for somebody who wants the top level of a particular model. So let's go ahead and dive into this General Motor Truck Company, because that's what GMC stands for, 2020 Canyon Denali. Now, right off the bat, the one thing you should know about the Denali is extra chrome. You're gonna get a lot of extra chrome. With the headlight housing, you do have your LED daytime running lamps. There's a little bit of chrome in there with the GMC logo, ever so faint. Some flat silver. What I would have liked to have seen is a totally upgraded headlight housing and the interior bits, at least on the Denali. We're waiting for that redesign though for the Canyon from GMC. As we drop down, you do have some fog lamps with chrome trim. Like I told you, there's a lot of chrome. Now, is this real chrome? No, it's plastic, meant to look like chrome, but it does have the shiny bits like a Denali. As we come across the front grille, this screams Denali. You know why? Because it is a Denali. This is a Denali grille, all chrome, the GMC logo, even the way the chrome kind of melds up onto the area where the hood meets the front fascia. Lots of shiny stuff here, and you're gonna need a pair of your GMC sunglasses to go with this Canyon Denali. Even on the lower front bumper, it's just spilled everywhere. You do have quite a large air dam, and I'm surprised for a pickup truck that they do have such a large air dam. I know that has to do with obviously channeling the air and whatnot, but you're really not gonna wanna take this anywhere really off-road because obviously you're gonna dirty up all that chrome, but Denali trim from the front. Now, when we get up onto the hood, you have the usual nice indentation on the Canyons. It does have a great truck look to it, and I think that's one of my favorite things compared to the sister brand Chevrolet Colorado. Is this really looks more like a truck to me rather than some of the other trucks that are being produced. Now, as we come to the front fender here, the side fender, there's no flat black to speak of. You have those nice flat and then the curves to it. Good amount of room between the top of the tire and the inside of the fender. This is specific to the Denali. So you're gonna get a not 18-inch, not 19-inch. This is a 20-inch wheel on the Denali. The good news is it's not too shiny, so I kind of like it. It's machined silver with a little bit of gunmetal gray. If you're wondering what's the size of this thing, 255 on the width, 55 series on the sidewall, gonna give you a nice ride as you're going down the road in your Denali Canyon. Now, as we come down this side of the truck, of course, we're gonna put some of that chrome shiny bit onto the side mirror. You have your Denali logo, nicely placed. You're also gonna get these chrome running boards, obviously on both sides. You don't have to pay extra for the other one. You do get two running boards. And then of course, your chrome. Now, I am gonna zonk it because for the Denali, it should come around the whole top and bottom, I think, for this particular trim. Chrome door handles, this is all part of the Denali package. As we keep working our way, one of my favorite parts of the bed, I know this is gonna sound weird, is I really like the way the fender kind of curves out here. And you can see what's smart is they put some nice protective sticky stuff here it's like expel sort of, that PPF to protect the paint as rocks are bouncing off as you're going down the road. But very nice indentation on the fenders of the bed. We get to the rear of the truck, and of course, there's gonna be some more shiny chrome. You have very unique style taillights, your chrome Canyon and Denali badging, and then you have your rear bumper with your tow hookup, all your connectivity. And I like the way on the GMC they even put, not only on the 1500 Sierra, but also on the Canyon, you're gonna be able to get your work boot in there with no problem. We open it up, it's a nice soft release, full bed liner, and it reminds you that this is a Denali, just to give you a heads up. My zonk, there's no connectivity back here. There is no LED lighting in the bed. You have lighting, of course, at the top, up there shining down, but there's no interior lighting, so that's gonna be a zonk for me. And you do have a manual sliding rear window. But why don't we go ahead, pop the hood and see what's powering this Canyon Denali. All right, guys, we popped the hood on this Canyon Denali. Now, you can get different engine options. I think this is probably the smartest one out of the three. So what you're basically looking at is going to be that 3.6 liter V6. I hate that engine cover. Zonking the engine cover, it looks like a lid off of a trash can. I wish they would put a little bit of style into the things when you open up the hood, because I like to check my oil. I like to check all the inner bits, make sure everything's okay. I want to look at something attractive when I pop the hood. But 308 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You can tow up to 7,000 pounds with this setup. Now, there is a diesel version where you could get an extra 700 pounds if you really want maximum towing capability out of your midsize pickup truck. But I really think that this V6 is the perfect balance. It's gonna have decent pickup, great towing capability. But why don't we go ahead, start it up, and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Canyon Denali. I know some of you have probably been scratching your head. You got your calculators out. You're trying to figure out how much does this cost. MSRP on this particular one is right at $41,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, they did take some wood trim to dress up the door panel. You're still getting the very hard plastic across the whole top portion of the door. I don't understand that. That should be softer on a Denali. The armrests do have some nice cush to them, and you do have that contrast stitching, but a very bizarre pocket arrangement for the doors in the Canyon. I'm hoping that the redesign is going to bring a lot of new materials and versatility to not only the door panels, but the rest of the truck. You do have softer material on the dash, which is nice. The same contrast stitching, the silver aluminum style trim around your infotainment system. This does have the optional Bose sound system, which is nice. You're going to get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have your navigation, which you can see it's a little dated, well, maybe a lot dated, but it's clear to see. You can see where we're located here at Dick Norris Buick GMC in Palm Harbor. We go back to home. You have your nice swiping features. You got your camera view. If you want to hook up the hitch, it gives you the nice line. It would have been nice to have a few more cameras on this Denali trim. One fake button, and I'm okay with that. I am zonking it because you do not get dual climate control. Very standard. You have your blower speed and you have your temp set here. Should be dual climate at this price point. I do like the way the soft material comes all the way around, and you do have the contrast stitching. Your toggle switches for all the things that you need to function. This is your official GMC chapstick holder. You do have ventilated seats and heated seats, so that is a big plus and a thumbs up. Nice little cubby down here. You could probably put about 4 Snickers if you stack them up. Or heck, man, if you're a Reese's peanut butter cup person like me, you could actually go probably 10 high. 10 packages high in there. 2 USBs and an aux jack. You have more of that wood trim here. This is not only a mic holder, but it's also a cup holder. So you have 2 cup holders. This is going to control that 8-speed automatic transmission. I'm going to do this because guess what? On a Denali, you're still getting an ignition and a key to start up your Denali. No push button start. There is your key fob to get in and out of your truck. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. That's how we used to start up cars, kids, before we had push button start. You do have nice wireless charging, like a medium grade softness on the armrest, but I do like the stitching. You open it up and you could probably, if you're a Pringles fan, I would say 2 full cans of Pringles and you'll be able to close the lid. Seats, I like the Denali embroidery. I even like the headrest. They do a great job with the style of the headrest. The contrast stitching, full leather all the way down. GMC and Chevy truck seats are more on the firm side up front, but I really feel like buying a new pair of shoes as you use it. I think it's going to break in and fit in very nicely. And then you have an auto dimming mirror. It's nothing frameless, nothing digital, like on the newer 2500s and 1500s. But why don't you get on behind the wheel of this Canyon Denali and I'll show you what's happening on the business end. All right, guys, business end. I'm gonna zonk it right off the bat. There's no memory settings for the seats. You do get a nice little shiny chrome bit down here with the Denali logo. Electric on the bottom, Manual though on the back. Really? That's a zonk. This needs to be full electric. Don't give me this and then give me good old-fashioned manual. Steering wheel, I do like the steering wheel. The thickness, the style, the softness of the leather, the contrast stitching. You have your Game Boy buttons. I'm actually liking these because it's reminding me of when I was a kid and I used to play on my Game Boy. The Denali logo in the steering wheel horn button, which is really nice. And then your instrumentation, it's dated, but it's easy to use and it's straightforward. You got your tach, your speedometer, all analog, fuel and coolant. The nice thing is in that digital display, you could scroll through. Look, that's where we're located, Palm Harbor, Florida. You're being monitored right now. But anyways, you could go through a plethora of information in that little digital display. But why don't we check out the back seat and see how your passengers are going to be like in the Denali. All right, guys, back seat time in the Denali. One thing I forgot to zonk was there's no sunroof. There should be at least a sunroof for the people up front on this truck for $41,000. You do get the nice leather all the way around the back, which is a nice touch. 2 USBs and a 12 volt and a little cubby for Tootsie Rolls. So that was smart engineering by GMC. When it comes to your armrest, I don't like this style. I wish they would just put the horizontal, but there is a little bit of room if you have smaller elbows for the armrest here. That goes right up. You have your manual opening sliding window. That's easy to get to. Very nicely done. And then plenty of headroom. Door opening is a little tight on both the front and the back seat passengers. But overall, I mean, I feel like I could go for a drive for a very, very long distance back here. Speaking of driving, why don't we go ahead and take this one for a spin? Right, guys, we're leaving Dick Norris Buick GMC in Palm Harbor, Florida. We're in the 2020 GMC Canyon Denali. The one thing that's really wonderful right away about driving this truck is that it's super easy to drive. Visibility out over that hood is a piece of cake. And with the Denali touches, there are some nice little, trims in here where, for example, on the door handle, it's nice and soft on my elbow where the armrest is. The center one is pretty soft. Steering wheel is great. I'm just really, really shocked that they do not have dual climate control in here, nor do they have any type of sunroof. But I do like the ventilated seats. Thank you, GMC, for putting ventilated seats in this midsize truck. As we're driving down the V6, I really firmly believe the V6 should be your only option, unless you're really going to use this truck for some heavy duty trailering. A 7,000 pound towing capacity should handle just about anything that you need with this midsize truck. If you're really needing something for towing, you need to go Sierra 1500. But very, very quiet in the cabin, very smooth. We'll do a little bit of acceleration once we turn on to this side street here. Let's see, let me get a little bit of space. I think we have a little bit of space here. On throttle, 8-speed drops down, 0 to 60 in about 7.1 seconds. So, it'll get up and go and get out of its own way, which is a plus. But infotainment system, it's easy to see. It's just this whole center stack is very dated. So if you could get past that, I think overall the truck is a very nice riding truck. I don't think anybody's really going to go Denali for work truck, unless they just got to have that Denali trim for some reason. But I think for somebody who uses the truck for light truck duty or enjoys driving around the mall parking lot, I think this Denali slots in with some nice little exterior bits to have you stand out from the midsize truck crowd. Because let's be honest, the midsize truck crowd is it's very congested. You have the Tacoma, the Frontier, the Colorado, obviously the Canyon. We got the Ford Ranger. So lots of different comparisons. It's gonna be interesting to see once Ram works their way with the Dakota back into the midsize truck segment. Maybe if Dodge stops focusing so much on 30 different Challengers, there'll be a competitor for the midsize truck segment from Ram. But as you can see, it's very smooth, very quiet in here. I'll definitely give them that. It is quieter in this Canyon Denali than a standard Canyon for sure. All right, guys, up this hill on throttle, that 8-speed takes a second to drop down, but then we're off and running. The shifts are fairly smooth. And like I said, acceleration-wise, you get up and go fairly quickly in this V6. That's the nice thing about the V6. The power delivery is very linear. You're not waiting for a turbo to kick in like the 2.3 EcoBoost in the Ranger. It's just nice, smooth, linear torque, linear power delivery. Pretty decent feedback from the steering wheel. There's a little bit of play. I'm able to wiggle the wheel a little bit and still drive straight down the road. So that is something that, for me, I like to have really good feedback from the wheel, to where if I move it in a hair, then we're going in the other lane. But I guess on a truck, it's nicer to have a little bit of play. That's not too bad. It's nothing too much, but just something that I wanted to point out. But I do like the leather on the steering wheel. Let me accelerate again here. So shifts are on the smoother side in this Canyon Denali. Obviously, people, you would think with all that chrome would see it coming, but that person kind of had to stop short there. But overall, pleasantly surprised by the Denali. Would it be my midsize truck that I buy? No, but it's there for somebody who wants all the extra add-ons in the midsize truck segment. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, get back to Dick Norris Buick GMC, and I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, another great day here at Dick Norris Buick GMC. Definitely gotta thank Adam and the rest of the crew for allowing us access to this 2020 Canyon Denali. It's really nice that, hey, GMC is giving you options with different trim levels, and if you want everything thrown at it that they have offered to you, the Denali would be a good choice for a Canyon if that was the way you wanted to go. But if these are the types of trucks that you like to see on Rady's Rides, where we do base models and we do the fully loaded ones, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. You got to give it to Big Guns McGee. Tom Moschner, he's doing his weightlifting. He's doing his photography. He's falling in love. So ladies, he's off the market, but the good news is, hey, there's other fish in the sea. But just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.